Hello. So you've clicked onto this video today because you're a parent of an A-level student who is perhaps struggling and perhaps not doing very well with their A-level maths. Perhaps they haven't done well in their recent mock exams, and you're probably worried that they're not going to get into their first choice university, or perhaps even their second choice university, or the apprenticeship that they wish to do. So this video is for you. I'm going to try and explain the two key reasons why your child is not doing very well and struggling and anxious and worried. And I'm going to try and explain how they could try and rectify it and how potentially you as a parent could help them in that journey. Now, just to introduce me, my name is Connor and I did A-level maths, and I also did maths at university too for 3 years. And I graduated from university 3 years ago. And for the past 3 years, I have actually been a one-to-one online A-level maths tutor. And I've seen these two key issues with students repeatedly over the past 3 years. So what I've seen, firstly, reason number one, potentially why your child is struggling, is because maybe they're just not working enough. Simple as that. Maybe they just aren't practicing enough questions, working through exam style questions, textbook questions, online questions, or maybe their school isn't even setting homework. Sometimes I hear stories of schools that don't even set homework, which for a subject like maths is just horrendous, because practice really does make perfect with maths. It's like if you're trying to learn a language, and I always use this analogy, if you want to get good at, let's say, speaking French, well, you're not going to get very good at speaking French if you just sit and read a dictionary all day long, a French dictionary. Obviously, you'll learn words, you'll pick up stuff, right? But you're not going to get good at speaking French just by reading French and reading a dictionary all day long. Same with maths. You can learn all your formulas all day long. You can learn all these methods off by heart and just regurgitate them. But you're not going to get a very good grade in an A-level maths exam doing that. You actually have to get at a desk, sit at a desk and practice, because that is how you get good at answering questions, by practicing maths questions. So that's reason number one why your child could be struggling. Now, reason number two is maybe they are working on questions, maybe they are doing homework, maybe they are practicing past exam questions in their revision, maybe they are doing that, but perhaps they're not getting adequate feedback on what they're doing. Right? So some schools I've heard don't mark homework, which again I think is horrendous. So perhaps it's a case of your child is doing work, your child is working through questions, but no one is giving them proper feedback. No one is telling them what they're doing wrong and actually explaining to them, this is what you're doing wrong, this is why you're doing it wrong, and this is what you need to do to correct it. So how are we going to try and correct this and correct these two issues, or maybe one of the two issues? So there are two strategies that I think your child and you as a parent could employ. So the first strategy is that your child just decides to pull their socks up, pull in a few hours of extra work per week, working through textbook questions, homework questions, exam style questions, working through them, using resources like YouTube, TikTok, using forums like Reddit, the Student Room, Math Exchange to get feedback on what they don't understand, and just going it alone. And that's perfectly legitimate. You know, if you want your child to go alone and do it by themselves and put in the extra work by themselves, that's perfectly legitimate. It is obviously more work. It is hard, you know, trying to self-study and trying to self-learn, and, you know, having the motivation, right, to get up and to put in extra hours of work is not easy. Self-accountability is not easy, but it's legitimate, right? So that could be something that you and your child decide to do. Now, of course, the second strategy that you could try and employ is to get a tutor or a coach on board to try and help you. Now, I'm recording this video in 2024, and today it's never been easier to find online tutors, right? There are just so many online tutors. You've probably seen advertisements on your social media for online tutors, you know, join my tuition program, join my group coaching program, etc., etc. what I would recommend for you, because your child feels like they're struggling, or you feel like your child is struggling, what I'd recommend for you is trying to find a tutor who has a social media presence, okay? So a tutor who has an active Facebook or an active TikTok or an active Instagram, YouTube. Try and find a tutor who is actively posting videos on social media, because you can get to see their teaching style, you can hear their voice, you can hear how they explain different concepts, and you can kind of get to know them without actually having to meet them. So that's a great way to kind of determine which person could be the right tutor for you. So I really do recommend using social media as a source to get a tutor. Now, you could use these tutoring agencies. I've worked with some of them. These, when you go into Google and type in A-level maths tutors, you'll see that there are loads of these agencies that you can sign up to, and they're good. If you're looking for a cheap and cheerful tutor, they're good, But if you are looking for a proper tuition service, a proper coaching service, where your child is going to be made accountable, your child may be set a little bit of extra work every week, a bit of extra homework based on what they're struggling with, and then your child gets real feedback, homework marked, feedback on what they're doing wrong, then social media is a great tool to try and source out a tutor. Now, I'm going to be very cheeky, right? I am a tutor, and I do have some spaces available this year for new students, A-level math students. I'm not going to take on many students this year, 5, maximum 6 this year. I really want to dedicate my time to my students this year, because in previous years, like last year, I had about 15 students. And I can't dedicate my time properly to 15, 20 students, right? It's just impossible. This year, maximum 6 students. And I really want to dedicate my time to my students, give them a proper service. So a weekly Zoom call every week, homework questions, feedback, video feedback on what they're doing wrong, and coach them through A-level maths. So that's the service I provide. Now, if you are interested in working with me, if you just click the link in the description, I'll put the link in the comment section too. You can fill in like a little questionnaire, and you can then book a call to meet me if you would like to work with me. Now, of course, you don't have to work with me. You can work with anyone you like, right? As I said, there are hundreds, thousands of tutors that you could choose from. Find a tutor that you like, a style that you like, a person you like, and get in touch with them. That would be my recommendation. Whether it's me, someone else, try and find the person who suits you best, who has a teaching style that you like, and a person that you just generally resonate with. So I do hope that that has helped, and that has given you some direction of what you could do for your child. If you do have any questions, of course, just drop a comment below and I'll get back to you and try and help out the best I can. I will be making some more videos like this in the coming weeks and months, so do stay tuned and do subscribe for more videos. And I do post daily maths videos on my TikTok, Instagram, and also here on YouTube too. So thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you soon if you book a call with me, or stay tuned for more videos on my channel. Thanks, have a good day.